You're right, I thought you were saying, bro. Giraffes are more likely to be struck by lightning than humans. That's cool. I'm sure that the giraffes really like that. I'm sure they love being struck by lightning. It must be really exciting. Really electrifying. What the fuck is this on the store? What's trying to tell me? There's something in the store now. Bro, who the fuck buys any of this shite? Nah, imagine spending money on this. What a load of shite. Looks so stupid. It's because the bot has to initialize, and obviously it has to get the information from Twitch that it's streaming and then update itself, so it's going to take a bit of time. So I highly recommend, if you want to get it, just wait. You kind of get an icon. If you do it too soon, you won't get it. If you do it too late, you won't get it. You gotta, like, time it. Alright, 1942, Rendezvous. Why not? I think this one looks quite fun, to be honest with you. I like that. I like this one. So is it going to be 1942 weapons and vehicles across lots of different maps? That'd be quite fun, actually. Yeah, let's give this a go. Why not?
Enemies are taking control of more territory. Not good, man.
Alright, what's going on here? I need my glasses. Fuck hell. Oh yeah, so it's all World War II. It's all 1942, Battlefield 1942 weapons.
Let's capture the objective.
You're in charge. Good luck.
But on all the maps. Well, not all the maps, but a lot of the maps. Hey Brassy, what's up? Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, thanks. How you doing? Fuck this, I do not like this gun.
Enemies are hitting an objective. Charlie sector. Anchor sector has been secured by enemy forces. Enemy engaged. Shots fired. Don't let the enemy take control. We're behind and we just started.
Enemy tank there!
I don't know what we're supposed to redo in this situation.
I made my peace. You can stay in the fight.
We just lost control of an objective.
Oh, this thing is not gonna do it. This thing is not gonna do it.
Charlie sector has enemies inside and assaulting an objective. The enemy has secured an objective.
Simpson Hit and Run is a yeah, Simpson Hit and Run is a great game. Nah, I'm switching. Fuck that. That's not gonna work out for it. That's not gonna work out, is it? We're gonna switch to Scout. Why not? K98. Ooh, what should we go with? M1 Garand with sniper rifle. Oh no, that's. I like the M1 Garand, but I don't know about that one. I think the K98 is probably the best one there, to be honest with you. I think we're just gonna stick with the K98. Switch to pistol though. The revolver. I like the revolver. Yeah, we're cooked, by the way.
The enemy has secured control of an objective. Enemies now control Charlie sector.
Fucking hell, that's kind of crazy. The guy got up there so much. Oh, they've captured it. That's why we're cooked. Oh, fuck. I'm not feeling this section very much. You have to be dead. You have to be dead on.
We're targeting an objective in Charlie sector. They're taking control of this fight. We need to change tactics.
You're a mechanic. I love how you said that. I'm a mechanic, smartass.
Fight harder.
Get it right next time. Oh, Tiger. Let's not fuck with him.
Ah, hell. We've let the enemy take all the sectors. Let's get them back, men.
Tiger tank in this map is fucking crazy.
Allied forces are focusing an attack on an objective in Charlie.
I'm not even sure what we should do in this situation. Like, that tank is right there. Oh, fuck me.
One of our objectives is no longer under Allied control.
Bro, our team is shy. Like, no one, like, the enemy team is basically holding everything, and we're like, fuck. Like, my team has got no chance.
Forces are in control of
What's
all
the numbers like? Oh, it's even numbers? Really? The vehicle's been taken. Like, none of our, like, we're not doing very well. Dead. Wait, what the hell? What the hell happened there? Have I got drift, stick drift on that stick now as well?
I got one! I got one!
Or was that just aim assist? Because that was really, really weird. How it, like, pulled my controller so far to the right. That's stick drift. I'm pissed because I've already got stick drift on the left stick. Gotta buy another new controller for fuck's sake.
Cover me! I'm reloading!
enemies now control Charlie.
Oh, I hit him though.
Marking danger!
We're in trouble here, boys. The enemy now holds all sectors.
It's non-existent on Switch controller. Stick drift. One of the biggest issues on Nintendo Switch controllers is stick drift. Like, they literally have been sued in the EU. They've been because of stick drift.
The enemy has taken out half our men. Turn it around.
Danger here!
I think AF thinks that because he's been working as a mechanic for like 6 months, he's some sort of like professional. Whereas in the UK, I don't know if whether Saudi has got really low standards for stuff like that, but in the UK you would have to go through an apprenticeship for at least a year to 2 years before you'd even be considered a low-end mechanic.
Falling into enemy hands. Ah, hell. We've let the enemy take all the sectors. Let's get them back, men.
Honestly, though, there's like nothing wrong with going to school, going to work. I don't think it's really one thing or the other. You do what you do best, you know? Some people do really well in academic settings. They love studying. They love doing all the, you know, all the assignments and all that, the exams. Other people absolutely fucking hate it. Or they're not very good at it. And honestly, in that situation, you might be better off just working. But someone's trying to hit me from somewhere.
Attacking one of our objectives.
But honestly, it's entirely up to the person. There's no right way for anyone. Why is there an enemy with a Sherman? Did someone jump out of the Sherman and... Oh, yeah, someone jumped out and let them take it. What do I even do in this situation? Oh,
Spotted an enemy tank.
bro. Nah, my team is not doing well, bro. Like,
Enemy forces are in control of all the sectors. Get them back.
we changed that one. Let's go to the bar. Like the bar.
Allies are assaulting an objective enabled. Objective secured. Good work, men.
Hop in, hop in, hop in.
We just bagged Able sector. That's the way, man. Maintaining sector.
How the hell did we manage to recover this? I mean, we're still really far down, but like, not as far.
Forces attacking one of our objectives.
We've got a little bit more chance now. Okay, okay. Are they gonna come back and take A1 and A2? I already know.
Come on, man. Let's go way over there.
Oh, fuck me. Bro, I could hear his footsteps. I can hear his footsteps.
Disregard, soldier.
Oh, they're everywhere now.
Heads up! Throwing a grenade! Bullet there! Crossfire! Soldier down!
An objective enable is under attack.
Fuck, you know.
Baker sector has been captured by Allied forces.
I ain't got the response that I used to have. Jeez.
Swell start, soldiers. We're taking control of those objectives. We've lost contact with an outpost.
Let's capture the objective!
We'll be watching you. Over. The enemy is taking control of an objective in Able sector.
Fucking hell, that was
Stay away!
come on, bro. In a bush, come on. Hey, getting older, bro. Just little things like your ability to react is just so much slower. fucking sucks. What was that? Oh, he's behind. Oh, there's snipers of course, on top of the building, sniping away, of course. Dean, what are you saying, bro? I'm just wondering, why is everyone arguing over the pros and cons of going to university anyway, and studying anyway? Like, I don't think it's not a one size fits all. Like, you could say that going any degree is better than nothing, and I mean, in maybe 5-10 years ago, maybe. But you have to remember, you have to use that degree. Especially if it's a degree in something that changes. So you can't just go, like, for example, technology. If you get yourself a degree, fuck you. If you get yourself a degree and then you don't use it for 5-10 years, your degree is no longer going to be useful. It will still be nice to have on your CV, but it won't be, you know, it won't be looked as, like, it's not going to really, you know, be useful in the grand scheme of things. So, you know, it will be kind of looked at as, oh, well, why did you not use it? So you have to make sure that whatever degree you're doing, you have to make sure you're going to utilize it. If you don't utilize it, that's the worst thing you can do, is get yourself, spend all that time getting a degree, especially in the UK where you pay money. And I don't know, it depends on what country you're at. But if you're in a country where you have to pay, you know, money for it, and you get yourself a degree that you're not going to utilize for at least 5 to 10 years, you might find yourself being, you know, not in a good place afterwards. So you have to make sure you're going to use the degree. You have to make sure you're going to be able to utilize it quickly. Got run over by a fucking smart tricycle thing. So you have to make sure you do it, but at the same time you need to make sure that, you know, if you want to do something that requires a degree, you need to make sure you get a degree. Of course, it depends entirely what you want to do in your life. If you're going to do a job which is primarily done without a degree, going in and getting a degree may be a bit of a waste. So it depends entirely on what it is. But if you want a job that really requires a degree or something, you know, something like that will help you at least, then yes, getting a degree probably would be helpful. But there's no one size fits all with it. I mean, I think what AF was saying, just, you know, why study, just get a job, is stupid, because of course if you feel like you're studying, if you like studying and you're able to study, you should do it. If you want to do it, but you shouldn't, you know, so you shouldn't say to someone, oh, don't bother studying, just go to work. And likewise, you shouldn't say to someone who's just going to work, oh, you should study to do better, because again, there's lots of different things that people want to do, and some things, you know, you don't need a degree, and some things, you know, you do, and it's entirely dependent on what that person is doing. So it's entirely dependent on your individual needs and requirements. Just have a plan. I mean, a plan's useful, but I mean, I don't think it necessarily matters when you're young. I mean, I know a lot of people that have plans and their plans never ended up working out. I mean, the amount of people I know who went in to get degrees and they don't use their degrees because they don't even work in anything like what they studied to do. You know, and likewise, I've seen people that went to work and ended up going degrees in their 30s, you know, in the late 20s and early 30s. So I mean, you know, there's no, as I said, even plans change. I think that people should just, when you're in your 20s, when you're in your teens and your 20s, you should try things. I think that's probably better than having a plan or anything. Just try things. Try a job and see how that goes. Try studying and see how that goes. If you don't like what you're doing, change it. If that doesn't work out, change it. Keep trying different things until you find something you enjoy or what you want to do. The worst thing you can do when you're young is not take advantage of trying things, because when you're young, you have a lot of opportunity to change. You know, you got a lot of opportunity. You know, you're usually living at home. You're usually, you know, able to just, hey, if it doesn't work out, you can try something else. The worst thing you can do is when you're an adult, when you're young, just not bothering to try something that you might. If you find something you like straight away, then great, stick to it. But if you know, the worst thing you can do is when you're young, just saying, fuck it, I don't want to try something just because I don't want to, and then you end up regretting it when you're older, when you haven't got as much opportunity. When you're older, it's a lot harder to try new things. I don't think it, as I said, it doesn't matter what people do. Just do what, find something you like and do it. What the fuck is going on? A lot of people, I mean, there's lots of people that work in all sorts of careers. It doesn't mean you're going to work at a gas station just because you don't have a degree. That's a really, it's a really silly thing to think. There's a lot of, there's lots of jobs around for people that don't have degrees. Sometimes they're a bit harder to get to, but they're definitely doable. Try welding. I've heard people like welding. Yeah, welding's pretty cool. Like I said, my brother works. He does carpentry, and my brother makes more money than everyone I know who went to university. Yeah. Yeah. People always used to kind of say, oh, you need to study, you need to go to university, otherwise you won't do well in life. My brother does better than all of them. My brother does better than all of them. My brother has a house at 24. Sorry, 23. Like, he literally owns it. And he's gonna be, he has his own business, and he also has his, he works for a company, he has his own business, and he's gonna be, well, he has a side business that he's gonna be making to a full-time business. And when he does that, he's gonna be making mad money, so. What's with all this bro crap? I don't know, gravy boat sailing. What's with all the gravy? So yeah, I mean, it is. It's everything has its own ups and downs. Everything, it really just depends on. Oh fuck! It really just depends on finding what you like and what you're good at, and just focusing on that. Really, like don't worry what other people are doing. Don't worry about what people say you should do. That's the worst thing I've always found when young people get told by older people who are in completely different situations, different circumstances, different everything. And they say, you need to do this or else you're not going to do well. Or you need to do this or, to do well. And it's like, that's great. But a lot of times people, it's not everyone has the same, capabilities or the same interests. Like, some people love studying. That's the favorite thing they can do. They sit down, they can study for hours. I can't study for very long. I sit down, I get very bored, I get very distracted. So I can't study for a very long time. I love it if it's something I really like history, but anything else I find it really difficult. And I had to power through like hell to get what I needed. It's, it's whereas other people, might not have a chance in hell to do that. They might completely be unable to do that. Or they, I know people that didn't study at all and they did fucking great. They got like firsts without even studying. Like, there was people that I knew that didn't even finish, like, who were really, really smart people, but they just couldn't finish because they couldn't study. And then I knew other people that didn't study at all and got first just from turning up. They just turned up once in a while. They did all the assignments they needed to do, all the exams they needed to do, and they got first without studying. I asked them, how much studying do you do? None. What'd you do? I'll go to the pub. And that's what they did. And they got themselves first degrees. And, some of them are doing well. Some of them, some of them are struggling. So, play Battlefield 1 much better than this shit game. Why are you searching up this shit game then? I don't really get that logic. It's a bit of a weird logical... that's a bit of a weird thing, isn't it? Like, oh, I don't like this game, let's search it up. Bit of an odd thing to do. Oh shit, I didn't realize there's a fucking cliff. Oh fuck me, there's a cliff. That's great. But I think my advice is, like I said, don't bother listening to other people. Just, you know, you can take, you know, different bits of advice here and there, but like, just focus on yourself and know your, you know what works for you, and don't feel guilted into doing stuff you don't want to do. Power Trip, thank you for the follow. Just get the degree. Nah, that's a stupid thing. Just get the degree doesn't always work. Like I said, if you get yourself a degree in tech and you don't work in tech for 5 years, that degree is pretty much worthless at that point. It depends entirely on what you're doing, but also even then, it doesn't mean a lot. Just getting a degree is not really a good piece of advice in this day and age, I'll be honest. It really depends on it. It says updated piece to 2042. Oh, what, this game mode, or... I'm just playing, a Battlefield 1942 mode in Battlefield 2042, because I don't really like the 2042 stuff. I like all the 1942 and stuff like that more. Like I said, I mean, you need to think about what you want and what you genuinely want to do with it. You know, what you want to do with your degree. A degree. The thing is, right, and this is something that is actually quite a common thing right now, is that a lot of people are noticing that university students are actually less well equipped than people that start working earlier now at the moment. And the reason for that is because a lot of university students really don't have a clue how to operate in the real world. They go to university and, you know, they continue living in this, you know, in a bubble. And then they go to the real world and suddenly, you know, they're having to, you know, get up on time. They got to get to work on time. They got, you know, be able to speak on the phone, blah, blah, blah. And so we're actually finding at the moment that a lot of younger people are actually struggling out of university, and so a lot of companies are actually hesitant to hire you. Whereas if you're someone who went straight into work at 18, and then, you know, companies are a little bit more, you know, likely to hire you, you know, if you're at 21, than someone who's just come out of university at 21. And that doesn't necessarily mean, oh, you know, don't go to university. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's not a guarantee anymore that going to university will do better for you. It just means that, like, you know, that's something that you have to consider, is that you have to prepare yourself. Even if you just go to university and get a degree, you need to network. You know, you need to network. You need to build yourself up, get yourself into, you know, into being able to get up on time, turn up on time, speak on the phone, speak to people. You need to, and there's a lot more than just getting a degree. One of the most important things about university is not necessarily the degree, but the networking. That's the thing that will get you most jobs, to be honest with you, is networking. Like, people really underestimate how much networking is worth. You know, being able to, you know, make friends or at least make acquaintances with people will get you into way more jobs than any degree. So, you know, that's what I would say. So again, if you're going to go to university and all you're going to do is just study, and you're not going to take advantage of networking, you're not going to take advantage of, you know, of getting yourself in a better mindset to be able to, you know, to do more than just turn up at, you know, your class. If you're not going to utilize that time to do that, you might as well not bother, you know? You might as well not bother. So, honestly, it depends on what you want to do and that. So, that's why I don't think it's... that's why I don't like just to say people, go to university and all your problems will be solved, because it really won't, you know? It really depends. Some of the people that did best at the universities that I know of, people I used to know, they did best, and they weren't even the best people. They got, you know, second, they got 2 2s in the UK, which is, so in the UK, the way that degrees are done is you get first, a second, or sorry, a first, a 2-1, a 2-2, a 3, or a non-honor degree, which is the lowest. So typically, jobs will want a first, or 2-1. A 2-2 is okay depending on the job. It depends. You wouldn't want to get a 2-2 in a medical situation. You will not get anywhere with that. So you want at least a 2-1 in a medical, but ideally a first. But most things, a first or a 2-1, an upper second is what people want. And I know people that got 2 2s and 3s who did really well after finishing university because they spent a lot of their time talking in pubs and hanging out with people, and surprise, you know, that's what did it. A lot of the people I know who didn't even go to university are doing way better than people that did as well because of who they knew. I know someone whose dad had a business, a multi-million-pound business, and you know what? He's now making way more money than I do. I know another guy I know. He never went past sixth form. He got himself, I think he got a few C's and a B or something, or maybe a few C's and something at sixth form. Bro, again, his dad worked at a very large multinational corporation, and he got him into a low entry level IT job. It wasn't IT, it was sorry, it was more like support, IT support kind of thing, very low entry level. And bro is now doing very well. He's somewhere up in the middle somewhere. I don't know what exactly he does. We don't talk about employment when typically. It's one of my policies. I don't speak about employment on here, and I also don't speak about employment to my friends. I don't really care for it. I find it really boring speaking about, you know, everyone's talking about, oh, what's your job recently? Oh, what are you doing now? I find that so fucking boring. So what I do is I make it a policy. We don't speak about stuff like that. And he's doing really fucking well from what I've heard. He's doing really fucking well. Like he's smoking it right now, and bro he's also got a house now. It's on a bigger mortgage than my brother, but he's got a house going with his girlfriend. And again, because of who he knew, his dad, you know, was in the right place to get him there. So again, it really depends on what you do with it. So the average scholar's getting more than the average without. Not everyone. Honestly, I mean, you could say, I guess it depends. Like, yeah, probably on average, the average university student is probably getting more. But to be honest with you, most university graduates are fucking useless. I'll be honest. So I honestly, I don't think that will really matter in the future. A lot of them are very fucking useless, and I think that the notion that you need, you know, that having a degree just automatically gets you a better job is something that needs to end. And I think it is starting to end because now we have a lot more exams when you go to these jobs. A lot of time, you know, for example, IT jobs, a lot of times now, programming especially, you'll get given tests when you go to the job, and those jobs will give you, again, you're more likely to get in if you're if you're a really good programmer and you haven't even finished secondary school, but you're a fucking amazing programmer, you'll have a better chance than someone who went to, you know, get a degree and is a shit programmer. So it's kind of changing now, I think. I think the days of having a degree automatically making you better off is coming to an end. I think it is a good change. I think that, you know, there's a lot of people. I think there's actually too many people getting degrees these days, especially in the UK. We have a massive issue right now where we can't fund our universities. There's so many people going to university, and a lot of the degrees they're getting aren't worth the paper they're printed on, really. And so if they're not taking advantage of the, you know, of the networking experiences, if they're not taking advantage of you know, interacting and further themselves at the same time, and they're just someone who just gets a degree and leaves, they're doing shit. So again, if you're going to go to university or go into some sort of education, spend the time networking, especially at universities, especially if you go to a good university. There's a lot of universities out there that people go to in the UK, and they're not even good universities. They're really low-end universities, and you're not going to get anywhere near as much networking as you would if you go to a really high-end one. So again, if you it really just depends. It also depends, of course, on your country. If you pay for university, if you don't. So if you live in a country like America, you got to really think about that. If you live in the UK, you get university loans, but it basically means you're going to get a 9% tax rate on any income over a certain amount for the rest of your life, pretty much, the rest of your working life. So again, you got to think about it. You know, if you're in a country in Europe where you pay nothing, or you just have very small loans just to pay for your living, honestly, again, it depends. If you live somewhere like that, it's a little bit more worthwhile. If you live somewhere like the United States, you've really got to think about it. If you live somewhere like the UK, you've got to think about it a little bit. But if you live somewhere like in Europe and you get university for free, fuck it. Like, at that point, why not, right? If you're gonna get it for free, fuck it. But at this point in time, I would say to a lot of like younger people, don't rush university in the UK, because a lot of those people will go to university, not do very good, or not get a degree that's really useful for them, and then they'll want to go back in the future, and they can't because you can't get a second loan. So, you know, that's one of the issues in the UK as well, is you can get one loan. Typically, you can get one loan in your life, and that's it. So if you go to university and you end up not doing very well and leaving, you might not be able to go again. Or if you go there and you get something that's not really super useful. Fucking hell, that gun is felt like I was shooting the Thompson, bro. The Thompson's usually really, really powerful in games. That felt like I was shooting a pea shooter. Fuck me.
Taking control of this fight. We need to change tactics.
Go back to them, Ron. It's free here, yeah. So if it's free, then it's not so bad. But again, it also depends on where you go. You see, this is another thing. A lot of British universities are very high rated in the world, right? So if you go to somewhere like Saudi Arabia to get a degree, that degree is going to probably not be very worth a lot in the UK, partly because of different standards, but also just because, yeah, like, they're not highly regarded. Whereas in the UK, if you go to somewhere like, you know, even if you go to like a top 100 university in the UK, like in the world, a top 100 university in the world, and it's set in the UK, bro, you're going to get so much better than going to some generic university in the middle of Saudi Arabia. So you'd have to go to some really, you know, like you really have to kind of balance it and decide where you go. So it really just depends on stuff like that. Just, you know, not all universities are equal. I think that's the best way to say it. Not all universities are equal. So don't just go to university because it's the thing everyone does. Because in the UK, I know a lot of people that go to these like old, what used to be called polytechnic, you know, training schools, training, you know, colleges, and they go there and they become universities, and they're not rated very highly, so the degree is really not worth. Even if you get a good first degree, that degree is not going to be worth anywhere near as even like a 2-1 in Oxford, or even a 2-2 in Oxford, or 3 in Oxford sometimes, because the university is just so low regarded, so lowly regarded. So again, another thing you got to think about is, you know, where you're going, and is it like a highly regarded, you know, establishment. So there's lots of different things like that you got to think about. So that's one of the reasons I say going to university, just straight up going to university is not always the best bet. I would always say to people, try to go to A level at the very least. Like in the UK, you do your GCSEs at 16. Now you got to do a further education. But I always used to say to people, try to do A level at least, or something that's like equivalent to like a level 3. Because that will really help you in life. That will be probably the biggest thing that will help you in life, is just having an A level, having a few A levels, even if they're not very good A levels.
Allies are attacking an objective in
But I think now you have to do something beyond GCSE anyway, so it's not so bad. You have to do it. Oh, fuck me.
The enemy is taking
Bro's chasing me down! Would a bachelor's in the USA be valid in the UK? It's up to the individual. I mean, yeah, there's not like an equal, like there's not like, it's not like there's a equivalent, like, you know, where we just kind of see. This is one of the things that being in the European university system was made easier, that, you know, UK degrees and European degrees all had like equivalencies. USA and UK I don't think has that. But typically, if you go to a decently well-known university in USA and you get yourself a bachelor's, you'll probably be okay in the UK, but it entirely depends on the company. Like, you know, if you went to, I don't know, let's say if you went to some random small university in the middle of, like, you know, some random state in the United States, you probably ain't gonna, it's not gonna look as good. But if you go to like a big state, if you go like somewhere that's a big, like if you go to obviously any of the Ivy League universities, hell yeah, you're gonna be fine. If you go to any of the bigger state universities, you'll probably be okay. You know, if anything like that, you'll probably be okay. If you go to some random little tiny states, you know, not very well known or not very, you know, cared about, you know, state college or whatever, yeah, you're probably not gonna, that bachelor's is probably not gonna be worth as much. But again, it's entirely dependent on the company.
All right, let's move on that objective.
What's a bachelor's? It's the typical, it's a 4-year or 3-year in the UK degree. So in the USA, I knew there was someone near me. In the USA, there's you do 4 years, and you get yourself a bachelor's degree. You do 2 years, you get an associate's, I think, and then you can do another 2 years, you get yourself your full bachelor's, and then you do another. Is it another 2 years to get a master's? Or was it another year to get a master? I can't remember.
Let's go, go, soldiers.
In the
Take
UK,
that
it's 3
objective.
years.
You're in charge. Good luck.
There's also other things in the UK. There's certificates of higher education, which is equivalent to 1 year, a diploma of higher education, which is equivalent to 2 years, and then a full bachelor's, which is 3. I always say to people as well, if you're not really in it to do a full bachelor's, see if you can just do yourself a certificate even. If you can, obviously, you know, if you want to go to university but you don't really care to go through the whole amount or you're struggling, just get yourself a certificate, get out kind of thing. You know, anything that's like a level 4, even, you know, anything that's equivalent to a level 4. So a certificate is a level 4. You can get yourself other training and education that's equivalent to a level 4. That will look a lot better as well. But I always say to people, just get yourself at least some level 3s, you know, an A levels or something equivalent, because that is the biggest improvement. Because I think it's something like 30% of the UK doesn't even have like 5 GCSEs. Something like that. I think it's like 30% of the UK doesn't have that 30%, and then I think it's like over 50% of the UK doesn't even have like A levels, like basic A levels. So if you can get yourself just A levels, you're already doing better than like half the country. So how long is PhD? I think PhD in the UK is like it depends. I think it's like 5 years. Typically you do your masters in 4 years, and I think it's like another 2 or 3 years for PhD.
Enemy infantry spotted.
Or like 7,
Damn, we've already lost half our resources.
something like that.
Taking control of more territory. Not good, man. Enemies now control Charlie sector.
Motherfucker, like, instantly killed. I was running over, bro just turns up, shoots me in the head dead. Why would anyone do that? What, like a PhD?
Man down.
We've lost
Also, it's,
contact with an outpost.
as I've got older, my eyes have got worse. It's so much harder to see stuff in like all the camouflage too. Like as the environments have got better looking, and my eyes have got worse, so it's fucking hard to see like people. Whereas like, you know, as a kid playing on the PS3 especially, you could see people on mile. It's God, it sucks. Your eyes get worse. Everything gets, you know, more detailed. It makes everything so much harder to do. Too much studying. Well, you get paid for doing PhD. I mean, typically you get paid. Usually, when you're doing a PhD, you can work as a professor or something like that, and you get paid. Not like a lot of money, but it's something. But I mean, obviously, if you need to do stuff like if you want to be a, like it depends on the career really, and depends. Like if you want to be a proper scientist, yeah, you're gonna need a PhD. You know, typically, or at least a master's.
Don't let the enemy take those objectives and
If you're
force us to
working in, you know, obviously medical school is always very long. Well, it's not quite, you know, it's not PhD, but it's, you know, medical school is always very long, like 7-8 years plus. So, yeah, no, I mean, it really just depends on what you want to do. Again, if your career needs a PhD, then yes, you kind of have to do a PhD. If you have a career set in mind that you absolutely desperately want, you have to do a PhD. You have to do a PhD. But if you know, if your career doesn't need a PhD, then it's not necessarily something you need to do. Like if you can get by on a bachelor's in the career that you want, and unless if you like studying, you can just leave after a bachelor's. If you're a teacher with a doctor's degree or PhD, like 7-8 years to do that. I don't. But to be honest with you, I mean, there's not really any need to get a PhD if you're going to be a teacher. Teachers don't get paid anywhere near enough to justify a PhD. At least like secondary school teachers anyway. If you're like a professor, maybe. But like if you're working at a secondary school, I mean, the amount of money you're getting paid in the UK for work at a secondary school is fucking atrocious. You know, like imagine studying all that time to basically get a job where you get about what 30k base, 35k base. Like, it's not really worth it.
All right, let's move on that objective.
We'll be watching you. Over.
Teachers get paid like shit, and it's absolute criminal. Teachers should get paid like double what they get. Some of the most important people in society,
Out of the way, man. Able sector is now under
and they get paid like shit.
Attack the objective.
Many don't care about their job. I mean, why would you care about your job if you're getting paid worse than people working like in other jobs that aren't anywhere near as hard? Like, you know, teaching is very difficult because students are fucking shite. They treat them like shit. And your working hours are fucked because you're supposed to be finishing, you know, work at like 5, but then you're doing your homework, marking and stuff like that long into the evening. All for 35 grand. I mean, it's just not, it's not really good. You could, I mean, you know, you could work in literally any other sector. If you're in IT, for example, IT teachers get really shit. You can go and work in the IT sector, get paid double what you get paid as a teacher. The only reason you want to work as a teacher is decent pension, I suppose. Or perhaps, you know, you like having the summer off. That's about it. Hey, Joe, what are you saying, bro? I don't blame teachers who don't care. Like, I mean, why would they?
an objective in Able sector.
Teachers there's a massive shortage of teachers as there are. There's more teachers leaving the, you know, than there are joining. I've spoken to people who've started working in teaching after finishing university. People who went to university to become teachers, and they're leaving the sector within 3 to 4 years after joining it. Like, imagine you spend all your time going to university just to leave, because that's how bad teaching is at the moment. So, honestly, I mean, you need teachers. You didn't get a stream notification. Fuck Twitch, bro. Twitch doesn't care. I wonder what happened to the Donnie that was, like, really angry that I kept saying bro all the time. He wanted me to play Battlefield 1.
Getting an objective in Baker.
But, no, it's just one of those things, really. I wouldn't personally want to work as a teacher just because you get treated like absolute shit, and it just isn't really worth it.
Bosses, man, be smart.
But, I mean, if you don't have teachers, how do you train the next, you know, the next generation? If the next generation don't have education, they're going to struggle. Like, I'm not even talking, like, high-end education. I'm just talking about, you know, general, you know, secondary education. Like secondary education isn't even that, like, extravagant. Like, it's what I consider the absolute basic. And yet,
This objective at all costs.
there's not enough secondary teachers. Bro. I'm having a bad game. To be fair, I'm not really paying attention to it. I'm too busy having a chat. If they buff the pay, would teachers get better? You would have better. I mean, the thing is, right, why would a talented teacher stay if they're getting shit pay when they could go somewhere else? If you're a talented teacher and you get shit pay, you're just going to go somewhere that, you know, has better, you know, pay. Like, you're going to go to a private sector. So yeah, like, if you get better pay, you'll get better teachers. The better teachers will come along. You know, people that actually are good at their job will come along and want to work there.
Enemies are assaulting an objective in Able sector.
But if you're not very good at the job,
We just lost the battle and are returning to
you know, if you're not very good at the job, you're just going to stay because you don't really care. You know, you're going to get paid what you know what you are. You're not going to be able to go and work somewhere better because no one's going to hire you, right? If you're shit at your job as a teacher, and you go and try to work somewhere, you know, in the private sector, you're going to get told fuck off. So, you know, that might be your only choice. Whereas someone who's really talented would just say, fuck it, I'm going to go to the private sector. I'm going to get paid double, maybe triple what I can do in the private sector. So. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like people at university are not. They do get paid better, but they're still not like paid amazingly in the UK. Like in the UK, even they're in the UK, like the university teachers are not paid very well. Like the newer ones, anyway. The older ones, the older professors, yeah, they're quite good, but the newer professors aren't really paid that well.
We get serious.
Or as well as it used to be, anyway. But no, that's the thing. I mean, everyone I know who wanted to get into teaching decided to get out of teaching pretty quick. There is one person who's still in teaching, but they're in primary school. They do primary teaching because the kids there aren't as bad. Like the secondary kids are so fucking rude these days. Like I mean, we were troublesome when I was at school. But like God, man, like I've heard some of the stories of the new kids. They're so disrespectful, and they're way more disrespectful than anyone that any classes I was ever in. You know, they're like full on. Like there's so much more aggression, so much more violence. You know, much more likely to get into fights. Whereas fights were they were big, but they weren't like common when I was a schooler. You know, they were a lot of they would hearing about a fight was like a big thing. But as soon as a fight started, oh shit, there's a fight going on. There's a fight. You know, where is it? You know, who's doing it? Who's fighting? You know, and whenever there'd be like a talk about a knife or something, it'd always be like, oh, shit, that guy might have a knife. You know, like that's crazy, and everyone's like, oh fuck, you know, that's crazy. We've got to stay away. Nowadays, I hear it's a lot more common. My old school now has a lot of issues with drugs. They have to have dogs come in, dog sniffing, come in and sniffle. You know, dogs come in to sniff all the people. Whereas that never used to be an issue. It's really bad now. It's really, really bad. Yeah, COVID has made it way worse. Like, because a lot of the kids just, yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. So, yeah, it's concerning to me. It's really, really concerning to me that that's going to potentially become a big thing. And again, you need the best teachers, the ones who get through it. You know, like if you're a good teacher, like the best teachers always had the best students. Like. You know, quiet, and you know, like my all the best teachers in my school had the you know, every student was much more, you know, calm. They were quiet. They wouldn't shout out, wouldn't speak, you know, all that shit. They would just sit there and do the work. But then when I would always go to the lower set teachers, typically the shitter teachers would get put in the lower sets. And yeah, you'd have like you know, people shouting, you know, people standing up. There was one guy who used to drink alcohol in the fucking classroom, like, and that was years ago when it wasn't as bad. But and I remember thinking to myself, like, I feel bad for those teachers because they're not capable of teaching as the other. You know, they struggle a lot more with dealing with that shit. You know, they don't have the same authority. They don't have the same ability to kind of, you know, to deal with it. You know, I was in first set maths every year of school, right? So I started obviously when I started school in year 7, I was first set maths, and we had a really good teacher. Second in year 8, second year, we had one of the shittest maths teachers, and everyone in my class struggled. Everyone, we all went down in like quality. And I remember we went into year 9 and we went back to the original teacher, and he was like, he was asking us, okay, so you know, he was asking us some questions about something, assuming we already knew it, and no one was really like looking confident. And he's like, do you not know any of this? And we all, you know, everyone was just like, no, we don't know what's going on. He's like, well, you should have been taught this last year with, you know, did your teacher not teach it? And we're like, no. And we told him what teacher we had. He's like, oh, yeah. And so from that point onwards, every year after that, I had the same teacher again. You know, him. It was always him. And of course, I got an A star in maths, you know, which was at the time was the highest grade. It would now be an 8, but back then it was the highest grade. And I was really happy with that. I was very proud of my A star in maths, you know, especially considering that I never thought I was going to get an A star in maths, but I was very proud of that one. And he was great. He was a great teacher. Really fucking did a good job. But that year, that 1 year we had a shit teacher, fuck me. And she was so fucking shit. She broke, I swear she broke the fucking Geneva Convention too. She fucking had collective punishment. You know, if one person did one thing wrong, she would try to take it on the whole class. Like, oh, well, we're not going to have a fun day now because of that one person, unless that one person, like, fucking admits something that they didn't even do. Like, she fucking tried to do that shit on me, bro. She tried to get me to fucking admit something. And, you know, and she was saying, oh, if you don't admit it, then everyone's going to do everyone's going to get, like, not going to have a fun day. You're going to have a shit. You're going to basically have to do all the boring work. I was like, well, Like, it ain't me. Why are you fucking trying to, like, to get everyone in? Like, why are you trying to fucking, like, get everyone in trouble? So everyone was like, oh, just admit it, just admit it. Like, trying to fucking, you know, trying to attack, you know, me to kind of get me to do it so that they could have a good one. It's like, that's some bullshit, right? That's some Geneva fucking Convention bullshit, bro. So, no, fuck that bitch, bro. I held firm. I told her that it's not me, bro. I can't, it's not me. You don't have proof it was me. It could have been anyone else. She was like, oh no, it was only this class and one other group that was in here. And I was like, well, couldn't someone just open the door and fucking do it? And she, you know, she eventually kind of was like, yeah, actually, yeah. Turns out it actually was me. I'm not gonna lie, it was me. So she was right. But you think I was gonna admit that? Fuck no. So in the end, I didn't get in trouble. But she tried to get everyone to fucking hate me, which is fine because I didn't like the pricks anyway. But yeah, that was fine. That was fucking hilarious though. That was such a fucking great like class though. She was so stupid, honestly. She was such a shit teacher, bro. The fact that we went into year 9 and like none of us knew basic like we all struggled with fucking like we're first set maths and we struggled with like with concepts that should have been fucking easy for a year 9 or at least like, you know, mildly difficult for a year 9. We were struggling, bro. We had to do like 2 years worth of work to catch up. Load of fucking bullshit. Fuck that bitch, bro. She deserved what happened. Fuck that bitch. You know, fuck her Geneva Convention breaking ass motherfucking bitch. Fuck that stupid hoe. All the way. I hate her so much from how she fucked over that class so bad. First set maths, and we were unable to do shit that like fucking third set was doing. Nah, that was some actual bullshit. Ugh. You heard teachers don't get paid if their class fails. Is that true? No, you get paid. In the UK, it's illegal to withhold money. You have to get at least the minimum wage in the UK for you can't they can't like give you less. So and they don't typically they won't do it for like teachers higher up either. They, you know, typically what will happen is if you're a shit teacher, you just get if they don't need you, if they can get rid of you and replace you, they will. But sometimes they don't have a choice. Like there's not enough teachers as there are, and sometimes it's better just to have a teacher, even if they're shit, than to have no teacher. If you have no teacher and you have to have covers, you're fucked. Like you know how is a cover how's someone who's a cover who's not trained to be a proper teacher and doesn't know the subject matter, how are they supposed to fucking to teach a class? So they need to have a teacher. They absolutely desperately need a teacher. So unfortunately, yeah, they just keep around the shit ones because they don't have a choice. You can't just get rid of them because there's not enough good ones. There's no you know, the people aren't coming into it. No, you know, I don't know if she's still there. You know, I haven't even looked at the school in like years. I've walked past it, but I've obviously never gone in it. It'd be weird if I went in there, but like, I'm curious sometimes. Sometimes I just want to walk around the school. Like sometimes I just like, oh, you know, it would be really cool just to see what's going on in there. But then I'm like, yeah, that would be fucking weird. I can't do that. So unless if I have a kid and like, I can go in there with my kid one day, I'm fucked. I can't ever see what's going on. I want to see if they change any of the really shit parts of the school. Like I can see it from Google Earth. I can see bits where they've changed. I'm like, that's cool, you know. But I want to go in there and see what they did. Did they ever, you know, what did they do? Did they ever fix all the problems that they said that they were going to fix and they never did? Probably not. It's probably so shit as it was before. I'm really curious. But did he Ryan? Hell no. No, I would love to, like, but obviously it's just not really appropriate. But I guess I could do a tour. You know what though? They do have a sports thing there, so I could probably join the sports stuff and then like go and like train there. But like obviously the problem is you wouldn't be able to go into anywhere but the sports area. You wouldn't be able to go into like the actual school, so it wouldn't really help much. But yeah, like, I would love to see what's going on in there. I really would love to see what they've changed. I've heard they've done some big changes in some of the areas. I would love to go and see it. The teacher that complained about you didn't know that they were living the good days. Now they've got to deal with Gen Alphas. Yeah, I mean, I know that I knew a couple of teachers that we drove a bit nuts. I'm gonna be honest. Like there was one teacher that like we used to drive him nuts. Like we would purposely like we would torment the poor motherfucker. Like you know, because we were we were like fucking wild and we would torment his poor ass. And we weren't even that bad. Like we would still do the work. Like we were just a bit loud. Like we would talk. We wouldn't torment him like in a way that was like, you know, systematically targeting him. We would just like talk to each other and have a laugh and just kind of hang out. And he didn't like that. And he would shout at us. and slam the door, and then we would just start laughing louder. So I guess that in that sense, like we didn't torment him in a way that was like systematically breaking his mind, but he got really frustrated. But you know, in the end, we always did the work. And I remember he was like, he always said to us, "You're smart lads. You could do really well. You're really smart lads." I'm like, thanks. So in the end, I got a B though. I got a B in that class, and I didn't even study in that class. I literally would just turn up, sit around, and chill, have a laugh, and then I would do the what's it called, the coursework, like just chilling. I'd literally just sit back and just do the coursework while having a laugh. I got a B though, so I'm happy with that one. I'm happy with B if it doesn't require me doing much. And he left after we left. He stayed on a few more years, and then he left. He said that he couldn't do it anymore. School, people were getting worse. Like he said to us that like we were a bit too much for him at times, but like it's way worse than that now. Like to compare to the new people, we were fucking angels. So yeah, I feel bad for bro, but like, he in the end he was actually quite calm, and we got on with him quite well when we got older. He had a teacher that held the entire class in for break just because you and one kid were scrapping for fun. Fact teacher. Yeah, I hate that shit, bro. If I went back to school now with my knowledge now, I'd be like, bro, that's an unfair and cruel punishment. Like collective punishment is unfair and cruel. You can't do that shit, bro. Like you can't just do shit like that. You can't just like punish a whole class because of like 2 people. Like what kind of shit is that? But Gen Alpha is fucked. I wouldn't want to imagine what Gen Alpha's would be like. Now I'd say this is that, yeah, like honestly, the thing is that you have to also remember that a lot of people cheat now. If you go to, so you see all these university videos, all these videos of people at university, and they're using ChatGPT, right? There's a lot of people right now who are going to be getting degrees or qualifications that they shouldn't be getting because they cheat. A lot more than before, and that's another thing you have to consider, is that you might find that your qualification or your degree may be looked at not as well at the moment because of stuff like, I know that might actually be a concern. Like if you have a degree pre-2020, that degree is probably going to look a lot better than someone who's got a degree post-2020, because that degree, there's a lot more of a, oh, did that person cheat? Did that person do something that they, did that person use ChatGPT? And what will probably also happen is we'll probably see a lot more, I hate it, but a lot more employers probably doing their own tests, their own testing, because of course they won't be able to trust that someone hasn't, just went and cheated their way through, university. So, how do you know? How do you know someone didn't just cheat their way through? So there'll be a lot more employers now probably going to be testing, people to for their jobs. Like, okay, could you do this test quickly? And that way you can catch them off guard. If you say, can you do this test written, of course, you could catch them off guard before they even, they can't get ChatGPT open, they can't go, they can't cheat it, and so they do the test, they fuck it up, they fail, and they're like, well, how do you have this degree if you can't do a basic question like that? So again, that's another thing I think that people have to worry about is, qualifications may not look as good this, from the future. So you got to be very careful about that. I feel bad for people that are finishing university now, because again, there's going to be a lot more scrutiny on their degrees than people who were 10 years ago, for example. They started banning ChatGPT. Oh, any good university will ban ChatGPT, but the problem is people find ways around it all the time. That's the problem. People find ways around it all the time. There's ways to, you can run your created essay, I suppose. You can run that through a, the same programs that the universities use, and then you can use that to then go back and change it so it no longer looks like something written by ChatGPT. It's very concerning, actually, how many people think that cheating is normal. I don't know why people think that, why would you want to pay all that money to go to university just to cheat? Like just do the work, or, even if you get a bad grade, it's better to get a bad grade than to cheat and get a good one that you're not actually going to, be able to use. Because you might go to, you can go to a job and then suddenly they're like, okay, can you do this for us? And you can't do it because you don't know any of it. And then suddenly you're fucked. And then, you get kind of embarrassed and called out. and that looks bad. So honestly, I feel bad for people with degrees now, or coming up now, because yeah, they're gonna face a lot more scrutiny from employers for their qualifications / degrees. So expect a lot more tests when you go to these job interviews. Expect a lot more of these like surprise tests where they'll be like, oh, you know, could you do this for us quickly? Could you just do this quickly? Could you, you know, here's a few questions. Here's a scenario. Please, could you, you know, run through it? And so I can see that's going to, yeah, that's not going to be good for people who struggle with exam conditions. I'm not particularly a big fan of exams. I used to smoke exams, no issues. I used to go into exams and be cool. But as I got older, I don't know what it is. I'm really bad with exams now. So it's really weird. So I find that shit much more stressful. Going to a job interview stressful enough, right? You go there and then you got to take a fucking exam. And, you know, that shit is not fun. So I hate it. I hate where we're going, but that's the way the world is now, isn't it? The world's going that direction. So pretty much all you can do is just hope. But yeah, like I said, network. That's the thing. If you're at university, network. Just network. At least with your professors and shit. And you know what the best thing is as well? You know what the fucking best part of life is? You can go to university, you can do all that shit, you can do really, really fucking well, you can network, and then you can end up working in the same jobs, getting paid the same shitty wage as every other person gets paid nowadays. Like 95% of the population gets paid shit in shit conditions, and a small percentage of the population are the one making actual money. You know, it's fucking disgusting. I've seen so many like adverts now in London. Mind you, this is London, right? I've seen so many adverts recently for jobs, and they're all advertising like 25 grand. 25 grand in London. 25 grand. And these are degree jobs. 25 fucking thousand pounds in London. You ain't gonna be able to live on 25,000 pounds in London. You might be able to live on 25,000 pounds somewhere in the north. In fucking Wales. In maybe in Scotland and in the cheaper parts. But in London, bro, 25,000 pounds. Like, that's worse. And this is what's funny is I've spoken to people that had started jobs that are now get paid less. They started a job in the 2000s, 25 grand. That same job still pays 25 grand. Mind you, there's all the inflation and everything that's been going on in the world. So really, they should be getting paid about 35, maybe a little bit more than that. They're getting paid the same amount as what the job originally paid in terms of just pure numbers. And then even worse, there's some jobs out there that once upon a time would pay 28, 29,000, maybe 20, 30 years ago, that now pay 25 grand today. So those ones have actually gone down by a lot. Not just from inflation, but just from pure absolute numbers. They offer less now for the same job. So it's fucked. And it's really fucking disgusting how shit companies treat people, how little they pay people, especially in the UK. It's a big issue in the UK where even in good jobs, good jobs in America would be paid double as much. They're getting paid shit. It's disgusting. It absolutely pisses me off that people are doing jobs that really they should be compensated 35, 40, 50,000 and they're getting paid 20, 30,000. And jobs that used to pay more, they literally would pay more 20 years ago, and now they pay less. And it's just, how can these companies think, oh yeah, in 2001 we would pay 30 grand, now we pay 25. How can they think that's okay? It's shit. Honestly, it's shit. And the thing is that people just don't know how to save. But the thing is, even you can't save. Like, it doesn't. If you can't afford to live, you can't save in the first place. Like, yeah, a lot of people don't know how to save. A lot of people spend way above their means. But like, if your housing costs, your food costs, your gas, electricity, tax, council tax, and if all these things equal more than what you get, it doesn't matter how good you are at saving, because you're gonna save nothing. You're gonna be in minus. If you're making 25 grand post tax, what would that be, like 20 grand, something like that? About a fifth off, yeah. Let's say, yeah, about 20 grand. So you'd be about 20 grand post tax. Well, actually, no, wait, actually a little bit more than that. 22 grand maybe, because you do get tax-free allowance. 22. Let's say you get 22 grand, right? How the fuck is anyone supposed to save if they have to spend to live? They got, you know, they have to put their, you know, they pay rent. You know, rent in London, for example, is fucking ridiculous. You know, even for a studio flat, you're looking at what, like 1,200 a month for a studio flat. Not even a good studio flat. I'm talking about a studio flat with a tiny little fucking. You get yourself one little tiny bed and a tiny little washing machine in the corner if you're lucky, and then like a tiny little hob if you're lucky, and a toaster if you're lucky. So you get yourself this tiny little thing, 1,200 a month, right? 1,200 a month. In a year, what would that be? Like just under 15,000, something like that, 14 and something thousand. That's half of some. That's more than half someone's wage gone in just that. And then you're paying council tax, which admittedly is a little bit lower in London, thankfully. But let's say if you spend, let's say it's about 1,200, 1,300. So that's another 1,000 gone. So that's 16,000. It's just fucking, that's a lot of your money gone. And then you got to take into consideration food, gas, electric. If you have gas, that is. Otherwise, it's electric, which is usually quite expensive. Water, obviously then food. It's a lot. Can't you live with a roommate? You can, but honestly, why should adults, especially adults above the age of 30, have to live with a roommate? What kind of fucking dystopian shit is it that you can't be an adult? You have to live like you still live at home. You might as well live at home. You might as well live with your parents at that point. Because if you live with a roommate, you're not a fully independent adult. You're stuck. You have to make agreements with them that you can do this or that. You know, if they don't want to bring people, you know, let's say if you have a roommate who doesn't want to bring over other people, you know, so you're stuck, you know, oh, no one, you know, oh, well, I don't want men in the house past a certain time. If it's two girls and one doesn't want a man, well, the boyfriend can't come around. That's some bullshit. Like, living with other people is fucking atrocious. And the fact that we've normalized living with other people is fucking disgusting. We should never have normalized that. That should be last case resort. Like, only in dire circumstances should you have to live with someone else. In dire circumstances. And yes, in the UK, in London especially, there's a way that what a lot of people do is they don't just live with, what they have is an individual room. So it's what they call HMUs. All right? No, not HMUs, HMOs. Sorry. I don't know how to say HMO. And it's basically multiple people. It's like, you know, you have an old house that has maybe 6 bedrooms. They're all converted into individual rooms for people, and then you share a kitchen and a bathroom. So imagine and there's people in their 40s and their 50s, mind you, because this isn't just for young people. There's people in there, because of how expensive London is now. There are people in their 50s living 6-man in a fucking in a fucking shared house, effectively. 6-man. So imagine you go in there and there's 6 different people all living in there, and you have to share a fucking bathroom with each other and a fucking kitchen. So you can't just chill and make yourself some food, you know, and you want to practice some cooking or have some fun. Can't do that because you have to get out of the kitchen quick because someone else might want it. You want to go and take a relaxing bath? No, too bad. Or if someone else is taking a relaxing bath, you can't do anything. You're stuck at, you know, oh, too bad if you need to go to the bathroom. It's fucking atrocious. And that shit is now so common and so normal now in the UK and especially London because we just think that it's okay to pay people like shit. It's fucked. Yeah, why don't people live with their parents? I mean, that's why I agree. And a lot of people are doing that now. There's so many people who are now living with their parents, and I don't blame them. I really don't. What job pays 25k? No way. A lot of jobs in the UK pay 25k. A lot of them. And we're not just talking like McDonald's. We're talking actually McDonald's pays better than some of these jobs. I'm talking people working in offices. Like I'm literally talking people working in admin roles and offices. You know, traditionally decent paying jobs. They're getting paid lower than McDonald's now. It's fucked. It's fucked. Not to say that McDonald's shouldn't get paid well. McDonald's, you know, I think that every worker deserves enough money to be able to live I'm not saying like, you know, live an extravagant life. I'm just saying every worker should have enough to be able to pay their bills. Every worker should be able to have enough money to be able to have a house or a flat, or at least a 1 bedroom, you know, one or a studio flat. Everyone should be able to afford a flat. Everyone should be able to afford their taxes, their electricity, gas, food. And I'm not saying like everyone, you know, caviar on that, but just a nutritional diet. Everyone should have the ability to afford all that. Everyone should have the ability to have the basics, and then maybe a little bit of play money on the side. You know, I'm not saying, you know, £50 a night, you know, hanging out the weekend, spending on drink money, but I'm saying everyone should have enough money to go to the cinema here and there, or buy a video game, or save up to buy a new phone or whatever. Everyone should have that. Everyone should have that ability on a full-time wage. Everyone should have that ability. And when you think that, 50 years ago, there were people working full-time wage looking after a house of 3, you know, or a family of 3, a family of 4, a family of 5. The fact that you'd have 3 children, a wife, and you could do that on one salary, whilst also having a car, whilst also being able to have holidays, whilst also being able to do, obviously electronics weren't as big, but the electronics that you did have were expensive as fuck, and yet people could have a TV, a radio, yada yada yada. And the fact that now that we have this life where people can't even afford to do that, you know, basic shit on one person's salary. The fact you need two people's salary in the UK now, combined salary on minimum wage is like less than 50 grand. It's fucking shite. It's fucking shite. And people think that's okay. I just think to myself, that's fucked. It's fucked. There's so many people out there now that are struggling. It's so fucked. So honestly, yeah, the UK is mad expensive. The UK is expensive. Like, people underestimate it as well. It's not just it's housing in the UK is fucking ridiculous, right? But it's everything else as well. Everything in the UK is more expensive in general. Electronics, for example, in the UK are much more expensive than over. I always see these Americans going on about fucking electronics, and they're so cheap. Even with taxes added on after, they're so fucking cheap. And then I look at the prices in the UK, I'm like, fuck, that's expensive. Food, in grocery stores, actually, food is pretty cheap. But any sort of like special food, any sort of takeaway food is fucking expensive now. I've seen, you know, I remember that when I saw Domino's in fucking Netherlands, and it was like half the price of Domino's in the UK. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this country? Everything here is so expensive, and yet I don't see any reason for it. You know, fuck Rishi Sunak. Rishi Sunak's not in power anymore, mate. Rishi Sunak's gone. I mean, it's not just Rishi. It's the whole system. The whole system is broken. The whole system is completely fucked. It's designed to just rob people of money. It's fucking atrocious. Like, is. It's actually terrifying. Like, in America, typically, like, so from what I understand, America's is, on average, Americans are better off than British people. On average. Per capita, America has more money than British, right? The problem is, of course, in America, the extremes are a lot higher. So you have filthily high rich people that are way above everyone else. You have people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, really ridiculously filthy rich motherfuckers that should be nowhere near that high, but they are. But then you also have the really extreme poors. You have really, poverty in America is fucking painful. Like, poverty here is bad, but at least here you get healthcare for free. It's paid for taxes. So if you're unemployed, or if you're really poorly employed, make very little money, you don't have to worry about bankrupt yourself to get healthcare. You can go to a doctor for free. You can go to a hospital for free. Everything is free. The only thing you might have to pay for is prescriptions, but again, depends on where you are in the UK. But also, if you're poor, you can get free prescriptions as well. So typically, if you're very, very poor, you can get all that. You can get eye care for free. You can get dentistry for free. You get everything for free if you need it. So so being poor here sucks, but you can at least get that shit. You go to America, if you're poor, you're fucked. Oh, you got a lump on your shoulder that you're really concerned about? Too bad. Too bad. You can either you go to a hospital, you spend a few grand, and then you're going to get a bill later on for potentially 50, 60,000. It might be covered by your insurance if you're lucky. Oh, you lose your job, your insurance lapses. Oh, well, I guess you're not getting healthcare then. I know they have like Medicare, Medicaid, or whatever the fuck it's called old people and Medicare for younger people. I think it is. Well, it might be the other way around actually. But it's not like as universal. So you could end up basically saying, well, I can't afford to get that checked, and then you find out it's cancer later on, and then you can either make the decision: do I pay to get it? Do I treat it and to save my life, or do I just let myself die so at least my family's not fucking bankrupt from my medical expenses the rest of for their existence? It's fucked. So you know what? America might be cheaper overall, and higher standards, higher per capita spending and all the different things. But you know what? I prefer the UK is expensive, but at least you get shit like that for free. At least you get help. So yeah, I guess it's like, yeah, it's fucked. But I don't know. It's just that the system's broken. There's too many people taking too much out, and it's not poor people, it's rich people. And it's all these companies as well, because all these companies in the UK, all the private ones, they're much more likely to pay dividends to their shareholders. So what happens, for example, in the UK, we have a lot of issues with water companies right now. They're all privately owned, which is one of the most stupid things you can do. Why would you ever sell water to private companies? And the big one in the UK, Thames Water, it's the one that does London and the surrounding areas, anywhere on the Thames, pretty much. I think so. Even Oxford and stuff are on Thames Water. They're basically bankrupt. They're basically out of money, and they're gonna have to put water bills up by 59% to pay for their company. And I'm like, so they've had all this money ever since the 90s when they sold off. They've had all this money. Where's it gone? Turns out it's gone to their shareholders. So their shareholders have been making out like fucking bandits, billions of pounds, and yet now there's no money for the water system, so that they're either going to have to go bankrupt and let the government bail them out at the taxpayers' expense, or the people that have to pay for the water will have to pay. And the thing is, you don't get a choice of what water you have. So if you live in a Thames water area, you're going to have to pay it. Like, you're fucked. It's so stupid. What the fuck is wrong with this country? Why the fuck would you ever sell off water? It's the dumbest thing ever. Like, at least with the electric system, you can buy electric from different companies. It all goes through the same grid, but you basically can pay different companies for it. So you get a little bit of a market there. But even then, that's stupid, because what happens is they all charge a similar amount anyway. And then when one goes bust, all the other ones have to increase their standing rate charges, which is what you pay to have to have your gas connection, your electric connection. Even if you don't use any electric or use any gas that year, you have to pay that minimum amount. So you have to pay at least like £100-something a year, at least, just to have electric and gas connected, even if you don't use any. And that shit, I think it's more than that now, but whatever. The point being is you have to pay for that shit. And again, it's just so that, for what exactly? Why is it not just owned by the government and then we pay the government for it? It's some bullshit. So, Brexit finished the UK. Honestly, I think it is. The Brexit wasn't like just a stab. It wasn't just like a beheading. It's just a slow bleed. I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand with Brexit, is that because they go, oh, well, the UK's not collapsed. No. But it's a slow bleed. We're losing, economic growth, which is it's very important to have economic growth. One of the best ways out of debt is by, growing your country enough that you basically outpace your spending, and then you can pay off your debt slowly over time. The UK has had a deficit now for like 14 years, more than, I think it's like 15 years now. It's ever since the recession we've had a deficit. So our debt is just growing and growing and growing. We cannot deal with it. We cannot pay it because we just don't make enough. And so one of the ways we could, to get out of that is we tried austerity, where we cut all the budgets, and all that did was just starve the economy of money, which made it worse. And the other approach is to grow your economy by spending money, but you hopefully grow it beyond how much you're spending. You spend, let's say if you spend 100 billion, but you end up growing it enough that you make that back in a few years and more. Hey, that's great. So we need to do that. But the problem is that Brexit is just going to fuck that up, because we're growing slower than we were pre-Brexit. And now we're introducing all these extra charges on food. That's coming in soon. So every time you buy, all the food that comes into the country is going to get more charges on it, which means prices go up at the supermarkets. I mean, I just think to myself, Brexit is a slow, it's a bleed. It's not a beheading. It's not stab them in the heart, you're dead. It's a slow bleed. We're just slowly bleeding, and we're going to end up losing so much economic growth from that will just effectively keep us in poverty and make it and make the country worse. So Brexit was a fucking stupid idea, I can't lie. And there's any sort of discussion to even try to fix it is not going anywhere. Like, you know, there's lots of people saying, okay, well, let's not rejoin the EU, let's just do, you know, single market like Norway, you know, Iceland, you know, in the EFTA countries where they all, you know, they're part of the single market, but they're not part of the EU political side of it. Why not do that? You still get the single market benefits. You just don't have all the, you know, the political side of it. If you really don't want to be part of that, no discussion on that. No discussion at all. Can't have anything to do with the EU. You know, nothing apparently. Anything to do with anything with Europe in the name. No, can't have it. So, you know, it's like we're scared of the fact that we're on the same continent as the Europeans. Fucking stupid country, honestly. People are so scared of that shit. It makes me laugh when people hear the word European and they think, oh god, we can't. That's terrifying. It's like, bro, we're literally a European country. Like, I don't know. Pisses me off. Pisses me off because there's so much we could do to improve the country, but no one wants to do it. And although Labour has won, and I'll give him, obviously, you know, I'll give him a year or two before I start to get too critical, because of course, you know, no one does everything in the first, you know, I mean, they've been on holiday, literally, you know, all the politicians have been on holiday, effectively, the last, like, 2 months, because that's just how it works in the UK. You basically go back to your constituency and you hold constituency meetings. And then also have time to, like, have holidays and stuff. So, like, they've not really been working, like, as much as they could. Anyway, so I'm gonna give them some chance, but, like, yeah, like, I don't see it changing, because the mentality here is very much, like,
Russia is crying foul over
status quo is the key. You know, no changes, nothing like that.
They deployed an entire assault force to occupy the region. Push the enemy back and secure the site. They'll try to slow you down. Don't let them.
Yeah, so I don't see it. I don't see it happening. I'll be honest. I don't see it happening, sadly. I don't know what's gonna happen to this country in the future. I really don't. I really am worried about this country because I just don't... Like, you see countries like Denmark, right? Denmark has actually lowered their debt. That's something that I was really, really shocked at, is that Denmark's debt to GDP is like 30%. And they have really fucking generous state benefits and stuff like that. They have really generous state, you know, everything. It's much more generous than the UK anyway. And yet... Their debt to GDP has fallen, and it's now like 30-something%. Like, what the fuck? How? Like, how? Like, how the fuck has Denmark managed to do this shit? And in the UK, we're supposed to be like a former empire, a fantastic country, and yet we're unable to just work our way out of it. No, I've given up on that. I don't know. I don't see how we can really deal with this, to be honest with you. What can you do? All the people that try to, you know, come up with really interesting ideas to solve everything, you know, things that, you know, we wouldn't usually do, they all get kind of like laughed at, you know, like there's no design. Like, if we were to change the system to be a lot more socialist, for example, no one's up for that. You know, we've seen capitalism fail time and time again, or at least like pure uncontrolled capitalism has failed time and time again. To make people more wealthy, to make, you know, people better off. And yet no one's willing to say, maybe we should try to be more like Denmark or something like that. Everyone's like, nah, we'll just, we have private companies, privatized water, let's just keep the companies privatized. Let's privatize more stuff. Like, that's how they think. That's failed every other time we tried it, let's do it again. Because it's the way that we've been doing it for so long. No one's willing to try something, you know, that might result in themselves losing out, I guess. I guess the wealthy don't like the idea of potentially having a change of the system that might result in them being poorer. Fuck everyone else who's currently poor, though. You try to stab me, fuck you.
Return to the engagement immediately.
Push them back, but not far.
Sometimes you wonder if you're in their shoes would become greedy like them. Oh yeah, a lot of people would. I'll be honest. A lot of people would. I mean, we've seen it where these people, they get wealthy. You know, they win the lottery or whatever, or they start out, they make music or something and they become wealthy from it. And they change. Like their entire, they talk about, how unfair it is in like, the really shit neighborhoods and all that. And then they become wealthy and they couldn't give a fuck about the neighborhoods anymore. A lot of people are. A lot of people, when they become wealthy, they become just as bad. It takes a strong person not to be like that. A lot of people really are, they're kidding themselves. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I don't accept money on stream. Because inevitably, when people, accept money on stream, they change, They become... The amount of streamers, I see it so much. The amount of streamers, that as soon as they become wealthy, they become arseholes, like, more than they already were. Like, I'd say most streamers are arseholes in some way, but... the amount of streamers I've seen that when they become wealthy, they start getting more and more greedy. They start doing stuff like, gambling streams. They become, real scummy. And they know that a lot of the people that they're watching them are children, and yet they still do it.
Bravo 1.
And it's so common once people get a bit of money for them just to continue being, to get worse. So it's one of the reasons why on stream I don't accept money, because I don't ever... I mean, I don't think I'd become like that, and I would hope I wouldn't. But I ain't gonna even entertain the possibility of it. Because as soon as you do, you start changing who you are for that money. And I don't even want to entertain the notion. Like, people change for fucking pocket change. Like, the amount of people they turn on their fucking... They get an affiliate and then they suddenly change who they are for a bit of pocket money. Like, not even that much and they're already changing, Like, they'll basically sell themselves out for like a sub or a fucking $5 donation, bro. Like, a fucking $5 donation, they sell themselves out. So of course, if they get to a point where they're at millions, of course they're gonna do it. They're gonna be fucking awful, and they're gonna give a fuck. Everyone else who's like around them at a time, who helped them, fuck that. They'll leave them lot behind. The amount of big, wealthy people, wealthy streamers who talk about, poverty and all this shit, and yet they still like ask all their fucking viewers to give them shit tons of donations. It's fucking, it's like, wow, okay, so you're gonna talk about poverty whilst you're living in your $1 million fucking house. And when you get 100, they always do the same shit. They're like, oh, like Hassan, he's a perfect example. Bro acts like he does like such a hard job. Oh, I really work hard, I work a lot. Bro, you literally sit in front of a fucking screen. And don't get me wrong, streaming can be very difficult. It's very tiring, but fuck me, bro. Like, get some fucking, like, get some, like, I don't know, just get some sense. The fact that there's people, a lot of his viewers are people working in fucking Costa Coffee, making minimum wage, getting treated like shit and overworked every day. And he's out there fucking talking about, oh, my $1 million fucking job is so difficult because he's got to wake up and get on stream at a certain time. Oh, fucking wow, bro. Wow.
Okay, here we go.
I saw that actually with H3H3, Ethan and Neela. They were doing a stream, and one of their people made like a really good, cool like stream setup. And they were getting annoyed because they wanted to go home to see their kid, and they muted the stream. Supposedly, they thought they muted the stream, and they basically said like, you know, basically they were just talking shit to this guy, saying, "Look, we want to get home. We need to get home and see our kid." And I'm like, bro, you literally turn up, do like 4 hours of work a day, which is all set up for everyone else who works for you, sets it up for you. All you gotta do is turn up and speak, and you get paid mad money for that. And then you have the fucking nerve to say, oh, well, I want to get home to my kid, when the people that work for you probably have the same desires, and they're the ones working late into the night to make sure that your stream's going to be good.
Objective Charlie 1.
You know, the people that actually do the fucking work, the ones that are getting paid shit compared to them, they're doing all the work, and yet you have the fucking nerve to say, oh, well, my 4 hours fucking sitting on stream doing fuck all other than speaking is so fucking hard, and I need to go home and see my child. Like, there's people out there working 2-3 jobs. They never get to see their children, purely to make sure their children has food on the table. And yet these fucking scum are complaining. Nah, it's fucking atrocious. So yeah, a lot of the people that act like they never would, they fucking, as soon as they get into this position, they fucking become just as bad as the ones that they hate originally.
I'm reloading.
Not to say that H3H3 was ever like, you know, anti-capitalist, but nah, it's the same thing. It's a tale as old as time itself. But it really pisses me off with streamers, because streamers really act like they're such a difficult job. Like, don't get me wrong, streaming can be a very hard thing, and that's, you know, for a small stream, like it can be very hard to like speak for like few, you know, multiple hours on end, like just talk. But like, these people do it as a professional job, and they're getting paid a lot of these people are getting paid millions, and they act like it's the most difficult job in the world. Like, you know what, I think working in at like lunch rush at McDonald's for minimum wage is probably way harder than sitting in front of a fucking computer screen and getting paid millions. One of the reasons I don't like dealing with other streamers, I love streaming myself, but I hate streamers. There's a very few streamers I'll actually watch, and it's usually the ones who are very much like me, who just do it as a side thing. Like, there's a guy I watch who makes it very, very obvious that he doesn't have any intention. He makes a lot of money because he's quite popular in his community, but it's not his main job. Like, his main job is being a scientist, a researcher. And he'll never give that up. That's his favorite thing in the world, is working as a researcher. And I like that, because it's like, okay, bro's actually relatively normal. The old GTA man was chill, but now bro thinks he's a big shot now. What's he done? What's he done? I don't keep up with GTA man. Oh, never responds to messages as subs. Yeah. Nah, the amount of this is another reason I hate that shit. Because subconsciously, even if you think you won't, subconsciously you start to do things more for the people that sub. Like that's just inevitable. Every time I've seen a streamer go into subs, it's the same thing. As soon as they start, affiliates, and then all that shit, they will specifically make sure that they please the person who's subbing. And if you're not subbing, you're not worth as much. Like you're kind of like on the. They might still talk to you, or they might still do things you ask, but they'll be much more like just to ignore you and focus on other people more. Like they're more important than you. Like it's a two-tier stream once you start doing subs. It always is. It always is. As soon as you start doing subs, anyone who's not a sub is automatically below the person who is, or anyone who is. And if you have a big sub, or if you have someone who subs a lot, and it's always subbing, always donating, especially these people that they'll donate hundreds and thousands, those people always seem to get given the priority. You'll see them in every video. The ones who donate the most. I mean, for example, Bruffy. I'm not saying Bruffy does this, but let's just say Bruffy for example. I saw a list of his biggest donators, and when he does his streams, almost always those biggest donators are the ones in his streams, in his videos, when they're doing random racing or the what are they called, G-threads, And it's like, I'm not saying he necessarily does it on purpose. He might just subconsciously not be aware of it. But I know that typically people people that hang around a lot will be more likely to spend money. And they're also going to be more like the ones that you're going to like talking to because they're around a lot. So don't get me wrong, it's not always the case. But I find that, yeah, a lot of times the people that sub the most, or the ones who donate the most, they're the ones that will be in the videos. They'll be the ones who get the first invites. And some streamers will make it so they literally will not play with anyone who's not a sub, for example. And I think that's just ridiculous. Because I could, for example, I could turn on, I don't know, I could turn on subs, right? And some random Donny could come in here and start giving me lots of money. It's not as likely because it typically happens with women more than men. Women almost always, this is a big thing actually with female streamers, is that female streamers oftentimes will get like one or two men that will specifically donate shit tons of money to them because they think it's going to impress them. And it's like a way for them to try to, win their heart. It happens a lot with female streamers. Whereas with male streamers, it's not as often, but it still happens where, there'll be a guy who comes in and wants to, impress everyone else. And so I could activate subs and all that, and some random Donny comes in, goes, oh, I like this guy, and starts donating. And then suddenly I start saying to people like Joe, to Dean, to you, Brassy, to, other people, oh, no, they get first priority because they subbed or they donated. They could be, less than 20 hours in the stream, but because they've donated, $300-400, I'm going to give them priority access. Nah, fuck that shit. Milady Dons, yeah, no, there was a female streamer I used to watch, not because she was a woman, it's just that she did ASMR. I like ASMR, and typically women do ASMR, right? And she was really cool, very talkative and all that. And then she started getting big. And she started getting more and more women and more and more guys in there. And what happened inevitably is that she got so many people donating, subbing, that were guys. And she started doing things that they wanted more, So if they wanted a certain type of video, or if they wanted a certain type of thing done, they would always get that. Whereas if some random Donny said, oh, could you do this or that? She would say, oh, well, the other person asked for this. And eventually it just became whoever sub basically got their way, and anyone who didn't, anyone who donated, anyone who didn't basically got nothing. It just kind of sucked in the end, so I stopped watching. You remember seeing a girl getting given a car by a sub and she referred to bros just as subscribers. Sad. It is, yeah. There's a lot of real sad, like, guys out there. And some of them are just truly sad, but then some of them are a bit manipulative. I'm not gonna lie, though, because there are, like, you know, I know that we automatically assume that it's always women taking advantage. And to be fair, there was this female streamer I didn't watch, but I saw her on online. And she had this guy that was a very big donator, and he bought something and he wanted it shipped, and it would cost him so much. Mind you, this guy donated like thousands. He bought it to her house and said, you can give it to me when we meet up at TwitchCon. And she was so freaked out by it, saying like, well, that's not really appropriate. You should ask before you do something like that, because, you know, just assuming that we're going to meet up at TwitchCon and all that, I don't feel comfortable. And I felt really bad for her, right? And then 6 months later, I see her, and she's still talking to the same guy, and he's still in the same stream. So she obviously was fine with it. She obviously found it weird, but she didn't want to get rid of the money, you know, the guy giving all the money, which I think is really fucked up. And then I've seen it where, yeah, guys, where women, you know, there'll be some streamers out there who are women who aren't really confident, but they can't tell a guy, you know, there's a guy coming in buying lots of donations, and they feel really bad for like wanting to ban them. They go on, like, you know, the Twitch subreddit and say, this guy really creeps me out, but he's so nice to the community, like, do I, you know, if I ban him, then like people will be upset or whatever. And everyone's like, bro, just get rid of him. Like, he's obviously manipulating you, trying to get, you know, get something from you. So I don't like the power dynamic. That's one of the things I don't like about stuff like that, is about money and stuff on stream, because it creates a power dynamic that is very I don't know, I just don't like it.
We're facing a threat.
I'm just sniping on this, Joe. You should snipe on this shit. So yeah, this is one of the reasons I don't accept any sort of I don't have any sort of monetization, because it's just, yeah, I don't ever want that, like, situation, that power dynamic, because whichever way you do it, either the streamer's in control in the power dynamic and takes advantage of the viewer, or the viewer is in control and takes advantage of the streamer. It's just unhealthy. It's an unhealthy situation. So I'd rather not. Money really does make the world go round. It really does. People will abandon every moral they have. Any morals they had, gone. Oh, fuck you, tank. What a dickhead. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It was sad Don's belly scraping by donate last chat. Yeah, no, a lot of time it is. Like, sometimes there are really wealthy people who do. Like, there are sometimes really wealthy people who do just hang around on Twitch and have money to give, and they are genuinely just trying to be nice. But a lot of times you have to remember, the really wealthy ones also know that they can get their way by being wealthy, and that's one of the ways they can get what they want done on the stream, because they know that they can just throw out money and they'll get their way. And I think that's really dangerous. Like, yeah, there's some real wealthy motherfuckers who don't understand the concept and know, and they think that everything can be made better by money. But there are a lot of people out there who are, yes, just scraping by their last paycheck. I mean, especially for rich streamers, like the amount of people I see, they donate to like XQC and all that, and they say, oh, this is my last donation for the month because I'm out of money until my next paycheck. And I'm like, bro, why are you giving money to a rich? Like, it's one thing to give money to a small streamer, but it's another thing to give money to a big streamer, someone like XQC or someone like that, you know, fucking millionaire, multi-millionaire, and yet they're like, oh yeah, we need to give him money. Yeah, no, even then though, even if it's a small streamer, that's actually sometimes worse though, because it creates an even bigger dynamic. Like if you're wealthy and you're giving a small streamer lots of money, they're gonna feel so obligated to you, because they're not, that money's gonna mean a lot more to them than to someone who's big. So yeah, I don't know. Again, I just don't like how the internet's become. It's all about making money these days. It's all about extracting money from people. You know, it's not just for having fun anymore. It's not just about having a good time and creating experiences anymore. It's all just about making money from people. Kids who haven't even started using the internet yet already want to become like YouTubers. Like, why the fuck do kids want to become YouTubers as their job? Nah, it's fucked. Come here, you bastard. I know.
Grenade going out! Hey, reload it!
Fucking hell, these guys are real relentless, aren't they? You try to stab me, you little fucker. That motherfucker was really trying to stab me, wasn't he? Cheeky bastard. He really thought he was going to get me. What the fuck is going on in here, by the way? Oh, you're back, are you? Come on, then. Alright, flag captured. Honestly, what a cheeky fuck.
It's so! Ran right over one!
Oh, we are cooked. Oh, fuck me. We are absolutely fucked. There's a tank.
Hey, soldier down!
They have a tank and something else. Oh, fuck. There's no way. There's no way. We're cooked. Like, how are we going to do this? They've got so much equipment. They've got so much equipment. Fucking hell. Any vehicles for me to have? Like tanks or anything? All deployed. Oh, fuck me. Nah, there's no way. This is what we're going to do. How are we going to do this?
We burned through half our resources.
Half our resources have already been burnt. What is that? What is that ugly thing? I want that. It's like the thing from GTA. Oh, it's the thing from GTA. Yo, it's the thing from GTA, you know?
Just a little farther.
Well, it's actually quite speedy, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, jeez! Right, yeah, I want that thing. I want that thing. Come here. Oh, wait, that's not mine. That's not mine. Out of the way. Oh, it's got mines, though. Wait. It's got mines. It's got mines. Yeah, the arena war tank. It's fast as fuck, I can't lie. Oh my days. Jeez, alright. Bro, we're just bobbing and weaving. Oh, we're fucked now. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's fine, it's fine.
Someone at the rear!
Oh, we destroyed. Whoa, we destroyed like 2 vehicles or something?
That area. Back.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Now, what the fuck? What is this vehicle? Oh my god! Bro, what is this vehicle? Nah, this is crazy. Oh, it's so satisfying. Oh my days. Oh my days. Why is this thing so satisfying? Jeez, why is it so satisfying? Oh my god damn. God damn. Look at this shit. Oh my god. We're fine. Okay, we're cooked. It's over. We're going down, we're taking everyone with us.
The enemy is losing many troops. Do not relent.
Oh, it drops like a line of those? That's awesome. Oh. Oh, this shit's crazy. I don't really see how we're gonna... You know, I'm getting out, bro. I've had enough. Come on, we gotta take it. Come on, man. We gotta take this fucking place. Who would have thought it'd be so hard to take a fucking hill? Alright.
We can take the final sector.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What are you saying? What are you saying? Fuck. I don't know if I have it in me anymore. This is going on way too long. I mean, look how much we managed to do, yeah? And yeah, no, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. No one's healing me anyway. Well, fuck everyone in this game. I mean, I know they're bots, but fuck them anyway. Like, he just left me but to die. Oh, no, there's no way we're doing this. Is there anything better than that tank? 'Cause that tank sucks. Like, is there any M1A5s here available for me? Because, like, if there is, I'll take one, but I don't think there is. Like, bro, we're just getting smoked. Like, nothing's going well.
Target that objective!
Alright, let's head over. I can't lie, we're cooked. We're cooked. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do to salvage this. Actually, let me back in this horrible thing. But I mean, it's not horrible, it's lovely. This looks fun. It is pretty fun. I can't lie, it is pretty fun. It's absolutely horrific with this tank fighting me, but it's also fun. Out of the way! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, there's a... Out the fucking way! Oh, you want some, yeah? Watch this, yeah? Yeah, drive into that, Alright, then don't drive into it. Fuck you then. Bro, what am I supposed to do right now? There's nothing going on. Like, none of the AI are coming over. We're just cooked. Get out of the way. I've had enough of you. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Look at this guy. Everything just... Is that a tank over there? Yeah, what's he doing over there? Wait, what are you doing over here, lad? Wait, where's he going? Where's he going? Where's he going? Yeah, stay over there. Stay over there. Alright, stay over there. What the fuck is going on? I mean, I can't lie, it feels great running people over, like, it's very satisfying, but... Come here, Ryad. Come here, Ryad. Thank you. The best thing about playing these modes is you get the same, you get the ribbons just the same. So I mean, I like having. I mean, I need the ribbons anyway. So, and I need to obviously get my guns upgraded for some of the achievements anyway. So, the only achievements I don't know how it's gonna go is the achievements to do with the what are they called? The hazard zone, because that's gonna require so much luck on our part. I really like these. Any of these achievements. I actually really enjoyed the main achievements in this game, like all the non-hazard zone ones. They're great.
We're almost through their last defenses.
What do you mean we're almost through their last defenses? We haven't done anything. We're fucked. Bro, we've been literally fighting the same hill for like the last... like 20 minutes. We're not getting there, bro. We ain't doing it. And we are cooked. Come here.
Target down!
Probably one of the worst screams I've ever heard in any game. Bro, I swear, it's insane. They have a spawn point right next to the fucking capture point. So like,
Keep going, troops.
we're just fighting all these people, and they respawn on top of you, so that you can't really do anything. We don't have a right vehicle or anything to like really combat it. If we had a tank, it wouldn't be so bad.
We can do this. I got an idea. Enemy down.
Don't you dare shoot me, you fucker. No, we're cooked. There's no way. There's no way. Oh, well, we are taking it. Wait, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Thank you. Come on, come on. Oh my god, we were taking it and now we're losing it. Fuck's sake. Why are we losing it? What are we losing? Oh, we're losing to these guys. Yeah, watch this, yeah? Alright, just kill everyone, kill everyone. Fuck's sake.
They're going out. Haven't lost yet.
Oh shit. Oh, they got a fucking tank, of course they do. Still got that fast, have they?
Down. Friendly on the ground.
Oh, fuck me. I don't think we can win this one. I think this one's over. I mean, there's so many of our guys. We're all getting over there, but it's just not enough. Ooh. Ah. Is this all I got? Trash.
dragging on, we're sure to run out of resources.
Yeah, I think we've already ran out of resources once we come back.
Let's go! What the fuck?
I think we've already ran out of the resource. I'm being honest, I don't think we got anywhere near enough. Like, there's just the spawn point for their side is just so fucking strong, and like because you're obviously dealing with bots, like they're not smart enough to realize that we need to pile in. Like, bro, just like pile in, bro. Everyone, pile in. And of course, that motherfucker with the sniper rifle just insta-shot me. Like, just turned to a side and hit me. Nah, bro, it's over. What are they doing over this side? What are they doing? Like, why are they all just camping over at D1? Like, what the fuck are they doing? The fuck are you doing, bro? Take me in, bro. Take me in. Nah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I think it's over. Yeah, it's over. There's not much we can do. The AI, the other team is so unfairly placed. Holy shit! Like, they just keep spawning, and by the time you even get a chance to react, it's too late. I can't spawn anything else. I can spawn a hovercraft and that thing, so I guess let's spawn the hovercraft. I guess maybe that'll be. If we had a tank, if we had a fucking tank, we'd be okay. But we don't get a tank. We get a hovercraft. Oh, wow. Okay.
Marking dangerous area.
That's 3. Oh, they have guns on the side of this thing? Oh, that's awesome. Oh. Oh god, we're actually doing it? Are we actually doing it? Oh my god, we're actually doing it. Oh my god, we're actually doing what the hell?
Russian forces are leaving the site. We've secured it. Well done.
How the fuck did we do that? How? How did we do that shit, bro? We were getting slapped. We were getting slapped and then... I'm speechless, to be honest with you. I didn't expect that. Oh. I like the M5A3. I love it. I love the look of it. 50 kills within 50 meters as Dozer. Yo. Alright, okay. So we're on Mastery 3, are we? What the fuck that is? Oh no, that's the wrong gun. Mastery 6. I gotta get kills there. See, I'm getting there, yeah? I actually really like the yeah, honestly, the M5. I know it's like the base gun, but I really like this gun. I don't know, I've never really cared for all the fancy shit, you know what I mean? Like, I prefer just like having... Oh, you can customize the guns in the other era too. Oh, that's cool. I like just having the guns like standard guns. Usually, I never really cared for all the extras in these games. I like my gun to look like I'm actually in an actual military, not just some random Donny running around with like a fully customized gun. Like it looks like something off a YouTube channel, you know. Like I want to look like an actual person who's actually in the military, not I'm not gonna get all the top end shit. Ooh. Yeah, bipod. No, I wouldn't need a bipod, would I? Grenade launch is pretty fucking good. I mean, well, maybe not in this game. Bad Company 2, yeah. But I do like the way it looks on the gun, so maybe. I mean, if this was the old Battlefield games, you'd have more destruction. It would make sense. But like, when would you ever use a grenade launcher in this one? Because like, the destruction's shit in this one. Like, there's no destruction anywhere. So like, why would you ever have that? Just go with that one. What do I have here though? Ooh. Subsonic round. Ooh, subsonic. That's cool. What I really want is this one though, the extended. Oh. 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 That's crazy. So that gives you firepower and accuracy. It just gives you more horizontal recoil or less horizontal recoil control. I'll say they have a lot of customization, don't they? We'll do one more. We'll do one more breakthrough and I'm done for the night. And then we're going to be doing, I just want to say we will be doing Fortnite one of these days in the next couple of days because I want to get back. I haven't really grinded Fortnite. I've not really played it for a while and I kind of miss it. And I also want to get my battle pass up quicker. So yeah, one of these next couple of days we'll be going back to Fortnite for a bit. Also, I might do some custom Fortnite levels on the weekend. I'm feeling a little bit spicy this weekend, maybe, so... We've not done any horror ones for a while, and I kind of want to play some Japanese horror ones, because, I don't know, I just like the environment they're in. I really like just running around in, like, Japan. In a random Japanese street.
Target today is an agricultural research facility in Egypt.
Oh yeah, give me the Abrams, bro. Or the Abrams, whatever it is, the M5, whatever.
Your orders are to secure the facility. Coordinate your efforts and we'll push the Russians clear into the desert. You want your families well fed? Take that facility back.
I want my families well fed? Well, you know, what do you mean my family? Oh, I guess he's talking multiple people, isn't he? I was going to say, how many families do I have? Do I have like 3 families?
Secure this sector and push the Russians into
Bro, what the fuck is this tank? Why does it turn so quickly?
Capture that objective!
Just drive through everything. It's fine. It's fine. Who are you shooting at, bro? Ooh, hello, hello, hello. Not anymore. What? You took a tank shell and you didn't die? There you go. What the hell? 2 tank shells and you didn't die? Nah. No. How does it not die? If you hit something with 2 tank shells, it's supposed to die. Nah, what the fuck are these oppressors made of? Why are these oppressors like made of titanium?
Nice!
Oh, there's a little bit of destruction in this, Matt. That's good. I bet you can't collapse the entire building, though. Nah, you're telling me these are they tank traps or something, or are they just concrete? fact that you can't drive through the building really annoys me. The tanks are really, really sensitive in this game. Holy shit, they turn really easily. They're way too easy. Let me in. I really hope the next game has more destruction, because the destruction in this game sickens me. Like, if I want to drive through into the building, it should let me.
Seize that objective now!
Fucking hell. What the fuck is this tank? Now everything in this game is like completely solid. No, I really don't like the way the tank moves. It's really awkward, like how quick it turns.
Friendly down, hit it! Left! Careful around the mark. Yeah, shouldn't be far.
I've had enough of you motherfuckers with your little explosive RPG motherfuckers. Go away. Damn. What a shame. To be fair, I think I had to get out eventually anyway, because the AI is not doing what I needed to do. It's not going inside the building. Why are you guys still over at A1, at A2, yeah? Like, no one's even over there, bro. Just... Hmm. They're not, for some reason they just don't care about A1. Like, they really don't give a fuck.
Hey, get the cover! Hey! Get the cover!
Oh, behind me as well. They're behind me. They're everywhere, these motherfuckers, aren't they? Jeez. They're like everywhere. Oh my god, there's so many people. Fuck's sake, there's so many fucking people.
Hostile troops concentrating on Alpha 2.
I want to get in there so I can try to do something like hold it up, but I can't even get close to it. There's so many of them. I'm on the roof, I'm on the roof. Alright. Now we can maybe do something with this.
Hostile hitting Alpha 2.
Reload it, cover me! Tango! Reloading!
Hostiles attacking one of our objectives.
I killed one!
Remember when scopes used to have completely black bits like around the view? Like you would have like black and then you would have the scope. My only issue with this, I don't like how it zooms in the whole screen when you use a scope. It should only zoom in the scope part, which I know is more resource intensive, but I believe Red Orchestra had that back in the day, where you'd zoom in and it would only be the zoomed in part of the scope, nothing else. Everything else would be like zoomed out. I think it has to render it twice, which is why it's a bit of a problem. Still, like, come on, bro. We're on PS5 now. We should be getting that shit on.
Hostile down! Gotta reload!
Oh, we could get MAV. The MAV is fun, but we'll wait for the ARAMs.
Don't like the look of that.
We're gonna get the tornado, yeah? Love the tornado.
Marking dangerous area.
We are hitting Bravo 1.
Nice, nice. 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 Ah, the cheeky bastard. I'm trying to get kills because I want to get the T1 master. I think it's mastery. I think it is. I want to get that on for the dozer, and I need to get dozer kills with the shield. I think it's like I swear it's like 1200 over. It's a lot anyway.
Our troops are moving on Bravo 2.
Lock down an objective.
Ah, you know what is going on? I will say, none of the games really ever captured the riot shield as good as Modern Warfare 2. I used to love how it would look when all the bullets would start hitting it, and you know, they were really cool.
One is down. Let's go.
Bravo 1 is being contested by hostiles.
I feel like if I move, I'm dead. Yeah, if I move, I'm dead. Like, I can't do anything. I'm just stuck.
Hostiles are trying to seize one of our objectives.
Maybe? Oh, what, bro? Nah, bro. I love that though. I love he was in a fucking mission. Like, bro was like, yep, you know what? Fuck this guy. I'm gonna stab this motherfucker. I'm gonna rub this motherfucker and stab him. Stab me and kept running. What a legend.
We need to take that objective. Shield is up. Enemy down.
Alright, we're not taking it now.
Reload it.
One of our objectives is under attack.
I'm surprised no one managed to kill me from behind. Usually with the snipers, they somehow manage to hit you, no matter what.
Target down. Reload it. Hey, watch out.
Come on, come on, come on. Yes.
All objectives secure. Now under our control.
Nice, let's keep going. I don't know why, when I play this game, I really want to play Payday more. I like when you have games where you can really customize your guns how you like them. Makes me want to really play Payday 3 and customize my guns more. So I've not really ever got around to it in Payday 3 at the moment. I've just kind of went with the... My guns are very basic in that game. I'd love to upgrade them.
Hey, they got a damn thing! Northwest!
Sniper's looking at me. I'm gonna die.
Tango, back!
Oh, he actually didn't get me. I'm surprised he didn't try to shoot me through the foot. Alright, grenade out. Nah, what? That grenade did nothing.
Allies are taking aim at objective Charlie 1.
That's not a bad spot. I can just about see them, and they can't really hit me that easily.
Give me 1 sec!
Let me up. Let me up.
Watch my back!
One thing I noticed about this game is you don't really see a lot of ammo packs. Like, you see the little mini ones. Oh, Astrobot. Oh my god, Astrobot! It wants to install Astrobot! Oh my god, the preload! Oh, I'm fucking hyped, bro. Yes! Yo! Where's it come out? Is it this week? Yo, Astrobot! Yeah, I'm so hyped, bro. I need more room though. But yeah, Joe, exactly. The ammo in this game is like, remember in the old Battlefield games, you'd have like the big packs of ammo and the big meds, and then like in this one there was neither of those. It's just the little things. Because remember when the game came out, there was no classes. It was just everyone did what they wanted. I think that when they added in like the meds and stuff, they didn't bother to add in the big ammo boxes as much. So it's not like an obvious class that has the ammo boxes now. Like medic's obvious, but like, you know, in Battlefield 3, assault was medic and support was ammo. And it's like reverted in the later ones back to support is medic and assault was ammo. But like, for some reason, it's not really easy to do that in this one. Like, it seems like support is both medic and ammo, and like no one cares to bring ammo. It's quite sad, really. I know that people like the ability to make their class how they want it to be, like completely up to the person, but honestly, I think that it's good to have some restrictions on what each class can do, because it results in people being support and being purely medic and nothing else. Like, why would anyone in support take ammo instead of medic? So having some restrictions on, oh, okay, assault has to have medic, it has to have medic or ammo would solve a lot of that. I like how the game deals with it on these co-op modes though. They just have like loads of little bits of ammo dropped on the floor, like lots of those little ammo packs, the little mini ones. But the problem is they're not very good because they don't give you like grenades or anything. So you just get ammo and not a lot of it. Come here. Thank you. Oh shit, that is terrifying. Even with the shield, that's terrifying. Fuck me, that was a lot of them.
Capture that objective!
We now control Delta 2.
Why does every map in this game look so clean? Like, there's like no blemishes or anything anywhere. Oh, okay.
Russians are attacking one of our objectives.
I love the revolver. It's just so satisfying. Shit kept running, bro. I saw you.
Left the engagement area. We need you back. You get to set. Secure the final objective.
Seize that objective now! Don't get me! But that's a fact!
Fuck. Come on, we just gotta get it. Come on. I'm ready for bed though, I can't lie. My arm's still hurt from a couple days ago.
Looks like trouble there. Trust my marker.
Kind of overkill, I didn't really need... Oh, fuck you. Of course, every time. Every single time.
Allies are securing Echo 1.
Always do that. I land on the roof and then I jump out of the helicopter, boom, on the ground. Come on, lads.
Shield ready!
In we go, lads. Sorry, lad. You ready? You ready? You ready to die? Let's go. Did he just... Bro, he just jumped. Bro just jumped.
Echo 1.
Didn't give a fuck.
I did one!
Another one.
We're almost through their last defenses.
Have to strike this unit! Armor!
Come on, come on.
Support drop ready to deliver.
That's all! One is down!
Why did... I love how Ryan had a really womanly voice.
Disregard the last go! Secure that objective! Well down! There! Multiple threats!
I think we got it. I think it's over. Yeah, it's over. There we go.
The Russians are defeated. The entire site is now secure.
A little bit quicker than the other one. The other one was 40 fucking minutes long. This one, only 30. Only. 139 kills. Definitely a career best. It's quite easy against bots, but, you know, not all the bot modes are easy, though. Like, when we do those custom ones, they're quite hard. The frontline one especially. The way the bots just get so strong sometimes. Crazy. Okay, good amount of stuff. Leveled up to 39, I think, or 38. One of the two. Not too shabby at all, I think, tonight. It's been pretty good. 15 years of Dozer. Ooh, what's this? Oh my god, look at that. What a cool looking skin that is. Look at that. Yeah, it looks so cool, so cool. Ooh. HMG for the tank. Maybe. Got some good upgrades for that. Yep, good. I need those. Armor piercing rounds. LWG grip. Something for the... Ooh, an MP412 Rex. I like that. Oh, TV2X scope on a fucking revolver, yeah? Of course. Of course. Oh, yes. Oh, what the fuck is that? Oh, the EOD bot. No, I don't care about that. Okay. I'm happy with that. So where are we at now for... So we're at Mastery 8. T4 Mastery 8. So we're getting close. We're getting close. And by close, I mean we're nowhere near it, but we're getting there. Let's have a look at this customization. Have I still... Oh, I've still not got this. I was really hoping I was getting this, but I guess I need to be level 40 for that. I would like that in my collection, I'm not gonna lie. We will probably... Let's customize this. Let's put a scope. Yeah. Put the scope on. I think there's... Is there a bigger... Oh. I used to love sniping people with a revolver back in Battlefield 3. That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. Don't know what the armor's piercing on that, though. Oh, we have Blue Dozer? Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the Blue Dozer. Yeah, I kind of like the Blue Dozer. Yeah, the Blue Dozer does things for me. Yeah. We're gonna go blue. The Blue Dozer does things for me. Yes. And I'm T5. I'm Mastery 5 on T4. On that one. Alright. Kills within 15 meters as a Dozer. That's pretty easy, so I get a lot of my kills close up, don't I? Yeah, fuck Angel. Why am I Angel? I'm Mastery 0. APS 36. Bro, I've literally... No, that's terrible. That's terrible. I'm never gonna get anywhere with that. Yeah, fuck that. We're gonna do it with Dozer, because fuck Irish's mastery thing. That's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, that's fine. So my plan Yo, look at this shit, yeah? When does this come out? 6 days. Oh my god, 6 days, yeah? 6 days. Wait, that's the official soundtrack. When's the actual... Who the fuck is that? Someone must be my friend. How much room do I need? You need 41 gigabytes of space. That's not bad, to be fair. I can get that. But yeah, anyway, trophies. So... 100 objectives in Conquest. That's going to be a pain because I never play Conquest, but I have to do it at some point. Win 42 rounds across all game modes. We're getting there. See, these are the ones that are going to take a bit of time. T1 Mastery Badge of any specialist, any weapon, any vehicle, and any gadget or throwable. So weapon, I'm getting there. Specialist, I'm getting there. Vehicle, I'm probably getting there. But gadget or throwable? I mean, how many gadgets and stuff do I really use? Not. I mean, to be fair, that could count for the does that count like specialist gadgets? I don't know. Destroy an air vehicle with a rocket launcher while parachuting. That one you can either boost from friends, or you could probably do that against bots. Do Conquest and then just jump out like near a helicopter and just shoot it with the rocket launcher and hope you kill it. And it doesn't count any rocket launcher. Like, could you do it with a Stinger, or does it have to be like a standard one? Wingsuit fly from the rocket hangar to the launch pad. That's pretty straightforward. Just do Conquest on Orbit. I think it's Orbit anyway. Inflict 2,500 damage in one round whilst defending. That one's hard because if you're against bots, because you never played defense against bots. I guess you could do like a custom portal mode that has maybe all the thing on, or I guess it has like achievements and stuff on, or you could even do Conquest maybe. Just hang around all the defense, all the ones you've taken. Repair 1,000 damage on vehicles in one round. That one should be pretty straightforward. Destroy 50 vehicles. I don't really ever do vehicle destroying in this, so I guess you'd have to. I'd have to play like specifically for that. And then the rest of it is pretty much that, except for obviously the hard ones, which is the extraction zone ones, because you get those weirdos camping in it who just want to waste other people's time. They've been playing Battlefield 2042 for over a year now, just purely playing Hazard Zone to fuck with people. So. I'm not really feeling very confident about those, but hey, maybe we'll get there. I'm happy with this, so I'm done with it for tonight. Like I said, we'll see what happens the next couple of days, but I'll hopefully be on tomorrow. I'm not sure if I will be or when I'll be if I am, but I'm hoping to be on tomorrow. And if I am on tomorrow, maybe we'll do Fortnite, because tomorrow is. Tomorrow's actually Friday, or today I guess now is actually Friday. Fucking hell, it's the end of the week. Jeez. Alright, yeah, so yeah, if I'm on, it'll be Fortnite, and we'll do some horror maps or something. We'll do a bit of the actual Battle Royale, of course, but then we'll do some horror maps afterwards. Alright, so that's that for tonight. Take care, everyone. God bless. I'm gonna go and delete some shit to get more room for Astrobot to install. Bye.